Listen carefully, because what you're about to hear isn't just another motivational message. It's a mirror, and if you let it, it will show you everything you've been searching for. The loudest war is the one fought inside your own chest, and the rarest victory is peace with yourself. You wake up every day to the noise of the world, notifications, opinions, expectations, but the real battlefield isn't out there. It's in here, inside your mind, where your fears, your regrets, and your silent hopes all collide. So many speak of power, but few ever learn the art of stillness. Few ever master the sacred silence that turns pain into wisdom. You think strength is shouting. You think success is loud. But real strength is the quiet breath you take when no one claps for you. It's the whisper that says, "I'm still here," when everything around you says you shouldn't be. Pause for a second. Feel your heartbeat. That rhythm is proof. You're still fighting. You're still alive. And that means your story isn't over yet. What if I told you that the highest form of love isn't what you give to others, but what you give to yourself when no one is watching? What if I told you that the way you breathe, the way you think, the way you rise each morning, determines the kingdom that lives inside your heart? We've been taught to chase success, chase validation, chase perfection. But you were never meant to chase. You were meant to be, to stand, to live from within. There's a truth buried deep inside you, a truth that no social feed can validate, no mirror can reflect, no failure can erase. You are worthy, right now, without the titles, without the trophies, without the applause. The Stoics taught that peace is found in self-command, and self-command is born from self-love, but not the soft kind the world sells. The kind that says, "I will rise when I fall. I will keep faith with myself. I will honor my body, my thoughts, my time, because they are sacred." You are so precious for being here right now. The fact that you clicked and chose to watch this shows your hunger for truth. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear is not just knowledge, it's life for your soul. Please subscribe, like and share this message, so that others just as precious as you may also find this light. Maybe you've been through too much. Maybe life hit you harder than you expected. Maybe you've been strong for so long that you forgot what it feels like to rest. But hear me, there's nothing weak about needing peace. There's nothing soft about taking care of your soul. You've carried mountains in silence. Now it's time to breathe again. Somewhere inside there's a version of you who still believes, who still dreams, who still remembers that you are here for something divine. That version is waiting to return, waiting for this moment, for you to stop running. And listen, because life isn't asking for more of your exhaustion. It's asking for your awareness. It's asking you to slow down and remember that every breath is a prayer of existence. Every small decision is a seed of destiny. The Stoics didn't fear the world collapsing around them. They built their peace so deep, the world could never reach it. And that's what I'm going to show you. How to build that kind of inner fortress. How to rise with calm fire. How to love yourself so completely that nothing outside can shake your spirit. Tonight, you will remember who you are, not the version that pretends, not the one that doubts, the one that was born with purpose, born with divine fire, born unbreakable. Because the truth is, you are not behind. You are not lost. You are becoming. Every challenge, every silence, every heartbreak has been shaping your strength. And when you finally stop running from your reflection, you will see it, the warrior in your own eyes. So, breathe. Let go of yesterday. The world may not slow down for you, but your soul can. Now is your moment to return to yourself, to find the stillness that cannot be stolen, to rise in quiet confidence. Stay with me. Because by the end of this, you will know how to love yourself the way the Stoics meant it, calmly, deeply, unshakably. Now, breathe. Let's begin. The stillness before power. Every morning, before the world opens its mouth, be still. Before the sun rises fully. Before your phone lights up. Before life begins to demand from you. There is a sacred moment, a moment that belongs only to you. The Stoics called it returning to the self. A journey inward. A meeting with your own soul before meeting the world. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A man's worth is measured by the peace within his thoughts, not by his titles, not by his wealth, but by the stillness that lives inside him when everything else shakes." You've been running, rushing through mornings, scrolling before breathing, checking before feeling, comparing before even remembering who you are. And in that race, you've forgotten the quiet voice within, the one that's been waiting for you. The voice that doesn't shout. It whispers. It waits for silence to speak. Stillness is not laziness. It's leadership over your own spirit. The world wants you reactive, angry, anxious, addicted to speed. But your power lies in the pause. The pause before you answer. The pause before you react. The pause before you lose yourself to noise. Because silence reveals truth. When you sit still long enough, you begin to hear what you've been running from. Listen. The anxiety you feel, it's not punishment. It's your soul asking you to slow down. The confusion you feel, it's not failure. It's your mind begging you for a breath. When was the last time you sat without music? Without distraction? When was the last time you truly heard your own heartbeat? That rhythm, it's older than your name. It's the proof that life still trusts you enough to keep going. The Stoics knew that all wisdom begins in stillness, because when you stop chasing the noise, you start meeting yourself. And in that meeting, you'll realize something divine. You were never behind. You were never lost. You were simply never still enough to see how close you already were. Stillness is your first armor, because when the storm comes, and it always does, the calm one remains king. Not the loudest, not the strongest, the calmest. In the quiet hours before dawn, you forge unseen strength. When others chase noise, you build peace. When others seek validation, you seek truth. That's where power is born. In the discipline to do nothing but be. Rise early. Sit. Close your eyes. Let the noise of yesterday fall away like dust. And let your thoughts burn until only truth remains. Maybe tears will come. Let them. Maybe anger will rise. Face it. Maybe regret will whisper. Forgive it. That's not weakness. That's cleansing. You cannot heal in motion. You heal in stillness. When your soul grows quiet, clarity becomes your friend. Your energy returns. Your purpose sharpens. This is habit 1, the foundation of every Stoic life. The habit of returning to silence each morning, as if returning to sacred ground. Because the truth is, you cannot control the world, but you can control the rhythm of your own breath. You cannot stop the chaos, but you can slow your pulse and stand still while it passes. The world is loud, but you are allowed to be quiet. You are allowed to be slow. You are allowed to be human again. So tomorrow morning, before you move, sit. Just sit. Close your eyes and feel that you are alive. There is no greater wealth than a calm spirit. No higher achievement than peace in the middle of madness. Stillness does not mean nothing is happening. Stillness means everything real is finally beginning. Be still and know that within your silence, there is power waiting to rise. Stillness is not emptiness. It's the birthplace of power, the foundation of the unbreakable, the start of your true self-love. Guard your inner temple. America teaches you to chase everything. fame, money, validation. But the Stoic learns to guard the gate. You live in a world that glorifies noise, everyone shouting, everyone performing, everyone desperate to be seen. And in that constant rush to matter, you forget the one thing that truly keeps you alive, your peace. Not every thought deserves your attention. Not every opinion deserves a reaction. Not every battle deserves your sword. Your mind is a temple, not a market. And when you allow everything in, you lose everything sacred. Guarding your mind is not selfish. It is spiritual discipline. Because every distraction that enters unchecked costs you a piece of your clarity. Self-care is not about comfort or luxury. It's about control. The quiet, firm control of your inner world. When chaos tries to claim it, most people are ruled by impulse. A message arrives, they react. A headline drops, they panic. A stranger criticizes, they crumble. But not you. You are learning the ancient art of restraint, the discipline to breathe before speaking, to pause before acting, to think before surrendering your peace. Seneca once said, "He who conquers himself is the greatest conqueror." That is the heart of Stoic mastery. It's not about winning arguments, it's about winning yourself. Guard your temple like a lion guards its den, because everything depends on what you let live in your mind. If you let fear live there, your courage dies. If you let bitterness live there, your joy fades. If you let noise live there, your wisdom drowns. You must become the gatekeeper of your thoughts. Stand at the entrance of your own mind and decide what enters and what must be cast out. When a thought comes whispering that you are not enough, pause. Do not welcome it in. When anxiety knocks disguised as urgency, pause. When anger stirs and begs for reaction, pause. In that sacred pause, you reclaim your throne. Because power is not in reacting fast. Power is in responding slow. Every time you breathe instead of break, you build your fortress higher. This is what it means to guard your inner temple. To treat your thoughts as sacred space. To refuse entry to anything that poisons peace. It doesn't mean you avoid the world. It means the world no longer owns you. You see, the modern soul is exhausted. Not because it's overworked, but because it's overexposed. Every thought, every tragedy, every voice has become a visitor in your temple. But your spirit was not built to hold that much noise. You must learn to close the doors. The Stoics were not detached, they were disciplined. They didn't run from the world. They simply refused to be ruled by it. Guarding your mind is not isolation, it's wisdom. Because peace does not happen by accident. It happens by protection. Imagine your thoughts as guests. Some bring peace, others bring war. Who will you allow to sit at your table? If you allow chaos to feast inside you, don't be surprised when your spirit starves. So today, choose differently. Be intentional with what you see, what you listen to, what you speak. Not every argument is worth your energy. Not every invitation deserves your presence. Not every emotion deserves your obedience. This is how the Stoic becomes unbreakable, by mastering the unseen battles. You can wear the calm of kings if you learn the discipline of silence. Let your peace offend the noise. Let your calm confuse the chaos. You owe no explanation for protecting your spirit, because peace is sacred currency. Once spent, it doesn't return easily. So, close your eyes. Breathe. Imagine your mind as holy ground. Nothing enters unless it serves your higher self. In this life, the world will try to buy your attention, but attention is life, and life is sacred. Give it only to what nourishes your spirit. That is habit 2, guarding your inner temple. Because if you lose your peace, you lose everything that matters. Guard it. Feed it. Protect it like your soul depends on it, because it does. And when the noise of the world grows loud again, return to the silence within. For that silence is where your real strength lives. Through discipline, you want to love yourself? Then stop betraying yourself. Because every time you break a promise to your own soul, you chip away at the trust between who you are and who you were meant to become. Discipline is not chains. It's freedom wrapped in truth. It's love expressed through consistency. It's the highest form of self-respect. When you wake early, eat clean, think clearly, move deliberately, you are whispering to your soul, I will not abandon you again. You see, most people confuse love with comfort. They think love means ease. But real love, real self-love, is devotion. And devotion demands discipline. You say you want peace, but you let chaos in through your habits. You say you want purpose, but you drown it with distraction. You say you want to grow, but you avoid the work that would make it real. Love is not what you say. It's what you practice when no one is watching. Discipline is love in motion. It's choosing what you need over what you crave. It's showing up for yourself long after the motivation fades. Because discipline doesn't come from mood. It comes from meaning. It's not punishment. It's protection. When you refuse to be dragged by temptation, you are loving yourself in the most sacred way possible. When you choose water over numbness, truth over comfort, stillness over noise, you are declaring that your peace matters more than your pleasure. Epictetus said, freedom is the right to live as we wish. But how can you live as you wish if your emotions control every move? Freedom begins where impulse ends. It begins when you stop being a slave to comfort and start being a master of your mind. Train your mind like a soldier trains his body. Wake when you said you would. Finish what you start. Speak less. Do more. You don't need to announce discipline. Let your calm prove it. Let your results whisper it. Let your peace testify for you. This is not harshness. This is self-respect. You are the guardian of your own potential. Every small disciplined act is a brick in the fortress of your peace. Because every time you say no to distraction, you are saying yes to destiny. Every time you resist the easy path, you are carving the one that leads home to purpose, to strength, to truth. Discipline is the quiet rebellion against weakness. It's the sacred vow between your body, mind, and soul. To be disciplined is to love yourself enough to lead yourself, even when you're tired, even when no one claps, even when no one understands. The Stoics didn't rise because life was easy. They rose because they refused to kneel before emotion. They trained their spirit until calm became their nature. Discipline is not about perfection. It's about returning, again and again, to what matters most. You will fail some days. You will fall short. But each sunrise is a second chance to keep your word to yourself. That's what builds confidence. Not applause, not success, but consistency. The quiet kind. The kind no one sees but heaven. Because discipline is not a moment. It's a lifestyle. A choice renewed daily. To show up for the life you said you wanted. When your friends sleep, rise. When doubt whispers, act anyway. When fear knocks open the door and walk through it. That is what the unbreakable do. They don't chase perfection. They build peace through obedience to their higher self. And each act of discipline becomes love incarnate. Because every small victory says to your soul, I am still with you. I am still choosing you. That's what real love sounds like. When the world seeks shortcuts, you stay the course. When others crumble, you stand on your habits like a rock against the storm. Because the habits you build today become the shelter you live in tomorrow. So build strong, build patiently, build like someone who knows their soul deserves structure. Love yourself through boundaries. Protect yourself through order. Guide yourself through focus. This is habit 3. Love through discipline. Because without discipline, love is just a feeling. But with discipline, love becomes a fortress, a shield, a sacred flame that no storm can extinguish. And that flame, my friend, that is how you become unbreakable. The fire inside you. There's a fire within you. It has survived storms you don't even remember. The kind of storms that tried to silence your name, but couldn't. You've fallen before. You've broken down quietly when no one saw you. You've had nights where your chest ached and your mind whispered, "I can't do this anymore." And yet here you are, still breathing, still rising, still holding on to that invisible thread called faith. That's not weakness. That's divine resilience. That's the quiet fire that turns ordinary people into legends. The Stoics knew this fire well. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way," meaning whatever tried to destroy you is secretly shaping you. The weight that pressed you down is building your spiritual muscle. The loss that broke you is refining your wisdom. The delay that frustrated you is teaching you patience. You see, the Stoics never promised that life would be easy. They only said, endure it well. Not with bitterness, but with dignity. Not with complaints, but with calm defiance. Because everything temporary pain, fear, failure, eventually bows to the one who remains unshaken. And you, my friend, you are unshaken, maybe trembling, yes, but still standing. And that's enough. When life hits you hard, don't curse it. Let it carve something eternal in you. When people misunderstand you, don't lose your peace trying to explain. Let your silence speak your strength. When your dreams take longer than expected, trust that timing is not delay, it's divine choreography. Love yourself through the process, because the process is the promise. When you fail, stand again. When you're tired, breathe deeper. When you doubt, remember that all greatness began in quiet suffering. Even the seed must be buried before it can rise. Even gold must face fire before it shines. Even the stars are born in darkness before they light the sky. So, what makes you think your fire isn't sacred? Your pain isn't punishment, it's purification. Your struggle isn't rejection, it's redirection. Every trial is a teacher, and every fall is a call to rise stronger than before. You were never meant to be perfect. You were meant to be whole. Wholeness means forgiving yourself. Wholeness means sitting in your own silence and saying, yes, I made mistakes. Yes, I've been lost. But I'm still worthy. I'm still chosen. Lift your head. Straighten your spine. Let grace enter where guilt once lived. The same God who set galaxies spinning, who painted the sunset and crafted the ocean, also designed your heartbeat. He placed eternity inside your chest and whispered, endure, you are mine. That is why you rise. That is why the storm could not take you. That is why even in your lowest moments, your spirit still burns. Because divine fire doesn't die. It transforms, it refines. It makes kings out of wanderers and prophets out of the broken-hearted. So don't run from the fire within you. Tend it. Feed it. Let it guide you when the world feels cold. Every time you choose peace over panic, you're feeding the fire. Every time you forgive instead of hate, you're feeding the fire. Every time you wake up and try again, even when no one sees your effort, you're feeding the fire. That's the secret of the Stoic soul, to remain calm in chaos and faithful in waiting, to find heaven inside yourself, while walking through a world that constantly forgets what matters. You don't need applause. You don't need validation. You just need to stay lit from within, because when you live with that kind of inner flame, darkness loses its power. So stand firm, breathe slow, walk with grace, and know this truth deep in your bones. You are the miracle you've been waiting for, not something you must become. but something you already are. The fire inside you is not asking for permission to burn. It's asking for space to shine. Let it. Let the light in your soul speak louder than your wounds. Let your peace become your rebellion. And this is what it means to love yourself as a Stoic: calm, firm, faithful to your soul, burning but never consumed, silent but unstoppable, eternal. Every moment you choose peace over panic, you become unbreakable. Every time you rise when no one believes you can, you become eternal. You see, greatness isn't loud. It doesn't shout in the streets or demand applause. It breathes in stillness, moves in discipline, and lives quietly in those who refuse to surrender their soul to noise. The world will test you. It always does. It will challenge your patience, mock your stillness, and tempt you to react when your silence holds more wisdom than 1,000 words. But hear this: the storm doesn't define you. Your response does. When you choose calm over chaos, you win. But when you choose forgiveness over fury, you rise. And when you choose to walk away rather than fight to prove your worth, you have already conquered the battlefield within. Be gentle with yourself. You are learning, healing, evolving, not failing. Every scar you carry is not shame, it's scripture. It tells the story of survival, of resilience, of rising when others would have stayed broken. So take a breath. Forgive the version of you that didn't know better. Embrace the one who's learning to do better. And honor the one who never stopped trying. Because real power is not about control over others. It's mastery over self. It's waking up every morning and saying, "I will not let the world harden my heart." That's the quiet strength of a Stoic soul. Be disciplined with your path. Guard it from distraction, from negativity, from those who speak noise instead of wisdom. You owe your peace, nothing less than protection. The mind is your empire, and every thought you allow inside becomes a citizen of that kingdom. So fill it with truth, with courage, with the kind of gratitude that turns ordinary mornings into sacred moments. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." So choose thoughts that build you. Choose words that heal you. Choose silence that centers you. And when the world gets loud, return to the stillness within. That's where your power waits. That's where God whispers. Know this: you are already enough. You don't need a title, a crowd, or a crown. You are divine because you exist. You are chosen because you breathe. And every sunrise is proof that grace still believes in you. Walk tall, America. Because strength was never just found in armies or monuments. It was found in the quiet endurance of those who refuse to give up. In the worker who keeps showing up. In the mother who keeps forgiving. In the soul who keeps believing in light after 1,000 nights of darkness. That is the real empire. The kingdom within. Unseen but unshakable. Built not on land but on courage. Not on wealth but on wisdom. Not on fear but on faith. And when you walk in that strength, you walk in a power no government can give and no failure can take away. You walk in divine peace. So breathe deep, hold your head high, and know this: you are the echo of every Stoic who ever lived. You carry their fire, their calm, their faith in the unseen. When the world shouts, "Break," you whisper, "I endure." When they say you've changed, you smile and say, "I've become myself." This is your victory. Not in applause, but in alignment. Not in power, but in peace. Not in the noise, but in the knowing that you have mastered your soul. So let this truth settle deep within you. You were never lost, only refining. You were never broken, only being rebuilt for greater strength. Every quiet morning, every lonely night, every act of grace that went unseen, it all mattered. It all shaped the echo of your spirit. And now that echo speaks, not through words, but through presence. through peace, through the unshakable calm that says, I have found home within myself. Please subscribe, like, and share this video, because this message isn't just for you. It's for every soul that has forgotten the sacred rhythm of peace. Silence is power, and self-love is the sound of your soul finally coming home.